Hi, and welcome to Nollywood Film Club. I am Mr. C Yaps, critic. I hope you're doing well, and you might hear that introduction again. It's just because I like speaking to you guys so much. You have to hear it twice. Anyway, getting very close to the end of the year now. This is our penultimate episode of the year. I'm still thinking about whether you guys will be getting episodes whilst everybody else is on holiday. We do still have some episodes from the vault, but um, old episodes. So we'll see what we do with those. But want to just read some of the comments. Well, I want to read the comment from our current sole commenter, Demelsa. Demelsa says, as an outsider looking in, I'm happy about Netflix's new direction. These people turned that golden opportunity to family and friends production. The faux elitism and others not in their little clique was equally annoying. Oh, sorry. I meant the faux elitism at others not in their little clique was equally annoying. Never mind that none of the films they've released can stand up to Domitila's state of emergency of the 90s. They thought they were too good to build an old Nollywood, the same one that had the entire Black Diaspora on lock. And Netflix said, "Bet," as he pinned them. All right. Okay. So Demelza does not feel any sympathies from for Netflix cutting on their current commissioning of originals in Nigeria. Yeah, that's fair. That is a sentiment shared by a couple of people on the panel. I completely understand the sentiment, but yeah. Anyway, if you do want to comment, feel free. Please always use the Spotify comment section. That's what's there. YouTube comment section as well is also there. Any platform that allows commenting, please do comment. Anyway, but today we were looking at the year 2024 in review. It's usually our penultimate space or our last space. Now is we still have one more, but we are still looking back this year at 2024, the journey we have taken, not Nollywood as a whole, the journey Nollywood Film Club has taken. So I do hope you enjoy Nollywood Film Club discussing 2024 in review. Aside from all the hateful shenanigans and rhetoric towards my persons, welcome to Nollywood Film Club. I am Mr. C Yaps, critic, and today I did a podcast intro. Welcome to Nollywood Film Club. We're going to be discussing today the year in review. Usually we do discuss movies every Sunday, 6 p.m. Watt, but for a bit now, we'll do one next week, and that will be us for the rest of the year. But today we're going to be using today's time to look at the year in general. Mrs. C is now here with us, and you can hear they say want to do wellness check.
Hi, I'm still alive.
Okay, no one cares. All right. So as you can see, she's fine. We are going to be talking about some movies discussed in here. But before we go into that, I know like maybe 4 or 5 films dropped on the platform. I'm thinking there's a Building Stevens film that dropped recently. I can't remember. The name.
Actually, the way she.
Series.
Series.
Oh wow! Okay.
I was taken aback. I thought it was a film as well, based off of like what she had the video, and turns out it's a series. So,
how many hours is inside this thing?
I can't remember. It's currently there's 4 episodes right now, and
okay.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody's doing series. 7 Doors 2 is a series that dropped today. I don't know how whether people have seen that or what, if anybody has seen any of that. And then I know like a few YouTube Christmas movies have started to drop. So if anybody has seen any of the things that's dropped recently. Now is a good time to speak about it before we look at the year in review. So anybody want to speak about
Amani Oboli dropped 2 Christmas movies on YouTube. One
two?
was yesterday,
Wow.
the other one was like a few days ago or maybe
I
last
thought,
week.
why does one person has to drop 2 Christmas movies?
Well, it's YouTube. Leave her alone. I the first one, it didn't really hit me, but it's starring
It's
Esodike
ridiculous.
and Bam Bam. Abi Kiloruko baby, eh?
Bam Bam. Oh, the one with the chef. Oh, where Bam Bam is a
Yeah, so
chef.
that's one. Then this one that
Hmm.
she just released yesterday, I've been there for yesterday, is like a family film. It has a this man Kiloruko man, yeah.
Christmas on a budget, right?
What?
Is it Christmas on a
Yeah,
budget?
Christmas on a budget. Yeah. It has SODK. It has this light skin baby that I quite like her. I can't remember her name. I do quite like her. She do be making the rounds now on YouTube. Anyways, that's on Omoni Oboli's channel. And then there was one on Udwak Isong's one. Very flawed film as well, guys.
Christmas on a budget for something dropped on YouTube feels a little poetic.
Well, yeah. It's movies on a budget.
Also, it's something Nigerian too.
Nigeria on a budget. Come on now. Especially
Ah,
given the current
principal era.
economic situation. It's Death December on a budget.
Okay. So what are any of these ones would you recommend? Any of them doing
Everybody
anything
taste
for you?
and see by yourself. It's not me that you people will now come and jack by the throat in 3 days' time and
Oh,
say, this one, that one. Like I said, I told you that the chef one didn't hit very much. The Ujwakisang one as well is pretty flawed. The mother and her daughter's dynamics carried the film, even though the film's supposed to be a romance. But we are gonna pretend like the romance didn't romance. But yeah, that's one of Drake songs. Christmas on a budget. I don't know.
not the worst.
It's not the
Okay.
worst, actually. It's actually the better of the Christmas films I've seen so far on YouTube. But it's not
Okay.
very good either. So everybody going with manage expectations.
All right. I do like seeing Bam Bam on screen.
It's so
I
cute.
saw just a small snippet. I was like, yeah, that's. I watched that nonsense film. I don't care. I watch it at least small. All right. I saw episode 1 of Seven Doors. I have to say I was taken aback in the one of the first not the scene it opens with. That one is interesting on its own, but it starts with after the title card rolls and they do the this is Seven Doors. It starts with Femi Adebayo and Choma Akpata playing tennis, doubles with their kids. They're playing doubles, and for some reason, it seems like somebody here does not know how to score tennis. Now, on a normal note, if you don't know how to score tennis, just say game, set, match and do your celebration. We all go our separate way. Nobody is none the wiser. But our umpire / scorekeeper has to shout it, game, set, match, turn the scores. Then the editor now said, let's zoom in and watch him turn the scores as he's shouting this set match. And I was like, this isn't this. And then my hopes for this film started to come down just small because it's tennis. The movie is not going to be a tennis movie. Okay, so they don't know tennis. I haven't forgot just before that, the winning point, the ball bounced twice before she missed it. And then that was when she was like, oh no, I missed it. And I was like, what kind of tennis are you playing? The moment it bounced the second time, that's when you should have been like, oh, point. But she tried to hit it. So I was like, oh, they're not taking it serious. Maybe it's one of those things where, sometimes you're just hitting the ball. But no, the other people everybody started celebrating on the other side. And these people were so sad. And I was like, okay, all right, maybe not a tennis movie. Maybe they clearly don't understand the rules of tennis. All right. And then we go into the room and
the dialogue that's coming out of both Choma's mouth. I feel like for the last 3 or 4 years, Choma has just been chewing scenery and just been killing it just with ease. With ease. But in this episode one, I've only seen episode one, right? But in this episode one, the dialogue that was coming out of her mouth, even Chioma could not pull it off. It's just sad. It's just very sad, is what I can tell you. Even Femi Adebayo, it feels very, very old Nollywood throwback in terms of it, the best way I can describe it is that it feels like a very, very old advert. Oh, here's the family. Family, you know how much I love you. You will be good kids. Don't worry about losing. Losing is not whatever. It's just, so I was shocked by that. So I don't know whether I want to continue. I would have to hear somebody say that it gets much better for me to continue this. But that's my short take on Seven Does, the small thing I've seen. All right. Anybody else have anything they've seen and they want to share before we start talking about
I saw all 4 episodes of the Garden of Rose and Warapa.
what's this one?
I
Hey,
sorry,
Rosa Ivy.
Rose and Ivy. Warapa not
Yeah.
me. I watched that series and I just want to say every single soul. There's not one person in that entire series. Like, in fact, the air in that series, everybody's mad. Everybody is insane. Everybody lacks critical thinking. Everybody lacks common sense.
Wait,
Every single person in the
series
Garden
is
of
this?
Rose and Warapa is insane. Everybody be blessed as you go and watch it. Support Antibiodo Steven.
Oh, God.
but just just
Oh
know that
no.
as you are watching it, even me that watch it, I mean not me, I don't have sense because all of us, everybody in the film, we that watch it, we don't have sense. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
It was
Before I
definitely
came on,
something. It was definitely something.
That's all right. So it's funny because before I came on this space, I just seen what I'd seen was Jade quit tweeting it and saying, "Oh, like it's crazy." She was talking about how crazy a character was being, and then I saw Antibiotic in the comments saying, "Man, something will make you desperate or something like that." I was like, "Oh no." Oh no! I was thinking, oh no! Some people have started wilding in this film, and because whenever I hear, because somebody was in a desperate position, or because somebody is in love, it's usually all these things where we're trying to explain somebody being ridiculously stupid because of X and Y and Z, and they'll put one of these things. Again, I haven't seen it. That's just the comment, and those were the thoughts that came through my head. All right. Anything else that anybody else has seen? Nollywood Must Change.
Vanessa, you know, I don't know what to say to you. Actually, I saw episode 1 of Poison and Ivy. Sorry, what is it? Roses and Ivy. And I knew that it was not going to be a good one. Immediately I saw the episode 1 like this, I was like, no, don't continue this. It felt like a YouTube movie to me, and I knew the story was just going to be superficial. She was going to play on emotions kind of thing, not this kind of, like just sisterhood kind of thing. So I just like, no, this is not for me. So I saw Seven Doors. I kind of feel like Seven Doors is not really that bad. Like if you don't it's not even on bad level, it's just on a good level, not exciting, something exciting kind of thing, but I really wish we can do better with storytelling. Yeah, we need to do better with storytelling because it felt like Seven Doors is like the normal Yoruba movie we used to see, but with better production. You know, the kind of Yoruba movies that um someone will just have issues, problems, then they consult the gods and the god will say, okay, this is what you do. That was the kind of movie it is, with knees effect kind of thing, Yakimalayon's kind of effect. So I really think they could have done better, but the protagonist was just there, kind of from one problem to another. Then he didn't like have to do anything but what is being told by the gods. Go and do this, then you do this. Nothing like this protagonist didn't try to like find a solution. You know, those kind of thing when the protagonist is just there, not active, kind of thing. So, but it was fun to watch because there was no bad performance in this movie for me. For me, there was no bad performance in that series. Everybody did what they had to do, even though it was kind of melodramatic in a way, and the pacing was kind of like repetitive at some point. Um, I just think it is just there. You don't miss anything. Do you miss anything? No. If you've not seen it, I don't think you are missing anything. But it was kind of production where they were being intentional, where they wanted to do something and they said, okay, let's spend our money, let's, do this. So it wasn't bad. And what else did I see? I think I saw that Love on a Strike or When Love Strike, something like that. Ink Blood. How I didn't see the people were drooling on this guy. What's his name? Is it Namaste? GDR, what is his name? I did not pronounce his name. I didn't see it in Far From Home, but in this movie, I kind of see, oh, this is what people are saying. Yeah, it's not bad looking. And I kind of like the meet cute in it with Sharon Roseman. Sharon is a beautiful lady, and she's not bad too as an actress. She's not bad for a light skinned actress. That we usually have bad light skinned people, but she's not bad. And then this guy, Chooks, and this other black guy, Vanessa's crush, or what's his name?
Vino Lugu. Please say his
Yes,
name.
darling.
Say his name.
Yeah, they were kind of good for the supporting roles. They were like, I was like, Ink Blood did not do bad with this movie. It's not bad. It's not even cringe kind of bad. It was okay because I was able to watch from start to finish, and I was like, this movie is not bad. I don't know why we just jump on it. Um, what is that I watch? I think I'm watching. I'm following this series too on Showmax. Um, it was this girl with Dokoro. What's her name? What's this? I've forgotten the title of this series. Um,
The
okay,
Princess on the Hill.
Princess on a Hill. It's not bad. If you watch the pilot episode, you kind of not like it, but I just think it was just superficial kind of thing. You don't know the drama going on with in the industry in that company. It just feel like it's banks on the drama, on the kind of drama, the dynamics between the characters, not on what is going on. Because I don't really understand what they are fighting for in that company. Things just keep coming up, and the writer just wants to like show people insulting each other, kind of thing. So I think we're still not bad. That's not be bad for me from the things I'm listening. But that Poison and Ivy, I beg. If you've not started, don't bother because immediately I saw episode one like that, I was like, no, I just quit. I quitted it and I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, that's all for me.
Okay, thank you. Nothing was changed. Very busy, unlike some of you. At least I tried. I tried to watch seven. Oh, yeah. Speaking of that seven does. Nothing was changed. Said something that reminded me of the other thing in this was that the repetition in it is quite a lot. so many scenes in the first 10 seconds. You get the gist of it from the first couple of dialogue, but they just keep on going. They won't stop. They just kept on repeating the issue of the thing. And there's, it's not cute, it's not interesting. And I think based on the rest of the things that it must change, I actually might not continue. I'm fine. All right.
It's not bad.
Yes, thank you. But what I saw there, it's not even that it's going to be bad. It's just I don't want to waste time. We're not going to be discussing is why waste time on not bad. I think that is the theme of 2024 for a lot of people here.
Because I think it was better than Jago Jago for me, kind of. But we need to discuss it, so that they can learn a few things, because I still don't see where you tell a story that it's still just kind of your protagonist is not doing anything. I kind of feel like
problems
to be better.
The problems with it are things that they just open any random Nollywood Film Club, and whatever issues we've discussed there is the same thing. I've said, like any of the ones that have this kind of characteristics. Go watch a Jago Jago. This thing is almost the same thing. Like I feel like. And I knew whilst watching it, it's still one of Regina's thing where, you're watching something and it's like, oh, this isn't even trying to be like, it's not trying to be, it's cut from that old Nollywood cloth and it's trying to be, I'm guessing, even though I'm not very familiar with Yoruba films, I think it's just comfortable there. It's not trying to be anything more than that. And fine, you can do that. It's just, that's not for me. The repetition of lines just shows a lack of structure or order or care in making things less fatty and less streamlined for me as a viewer. I don't want to be watching something and in the first 10 seconds, they've explained what the scene is going to be about, and I spend the next 3 minutes hearing the same thing over and over again. I can't do that scene after scene after scene. Yeah, that's why for me is anyway, but well done everybody for getting to the end of 2024. I'm speaking to both our regular speakers, our regular listeners, even our regular speakers and our irregular listeners. Oh, everybody, we're done. We've made it to 2024. To be honest, I was shocked by some of the stats that I found. Some were not shocking, some were a little shocking. But maybe we'll go through all of that later. First off, we want to talk about the spaces in general. So we would have, and I should probably, I'll put up the all the spaces we discussed on in the year so far. So post the half year, because we have done a half year review, we've discussed quite a few films and topics. We want to ask in general now in the year 2024, any highlights? Let's start with your highlights. Some of the spaces that have stood out for you. Vanessa, you came first. Anything you want to say?
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
The spaces that have stood out for you in the year of our Lord 2024 on Nollywood Film Club.
So the spaces, not the films.
The film, not the film,
Okay.
not the film. We'll do the film later.
Spaces that were fun. Casa de Igbinovia. What was another really fun, like light-hearted space?
Take your time. In fact, take your time. Mr. Let us discuss our one. Take your time. Look at the list. See if something sparks, juices, and we'll go from there. Mrs. C, do you remember your list?
I do remember my list.
Okay. All right. So what was your list and maybe why did you pick some of this?
So my favorite, I think number one, I ranked the Nollywood hot takes because Why wouldn't? Why wouldn't I? I love the hot takes. The hot takes. You reminded me of one of my hot takes today, which I did not remember that I said, but I stand by. I reiterated. Cinema prices are cost in Nigeria, so like only 2 films are worth going to the cinema. Everybody else go to YouTube. Thank you and God bless. And I still stand by it. But I like the hot take space. That hot take space was fun. The hot take space could have gotten people in trouble. But hot take space was fun. And then Kata the Cricketer. All that space was almost as fun as the film. Or more fun than the film. But yeah, I enjoyed that. We had a few. And some of them I liked because I enjoyed the film and the conversation we had around it. With difficulty comes ease. The conversation around Kilborough and the conversation on, hey, is it a valid response for a child to try and take a hit out on his dad? And I think it's funny that we did have a conversation on that, because there were some fors and for against. I'm pretty sure I thought it was a valid response, to be honest. But Mr. C says I'm a little murderous.
You're more than murderous. You're the worst.
I am not. And just because I've been playing Kill Your Husband a lot this week does not mean anything. Anywho, what else? Oh yes, and finally, Blackmail. I loved that film. I saw Blackmail in cinema. I had such a fantastic time, and I was very happy to be able to share that with you, poor unfortunate members of Nollywood Film Club, and to discuss that with you, poor folks on Nollywood Film Club. Blackmail was brilliant, and then special shout outs to our Christmas films in Nollywood space, because I do want to see our road trip where they fall in love plus the kidnappers. Hijack 93 meets Going Home for Christmas. Let's have it.
Okay, Jesus. All right. Yes. So thank you for that. My one was actually much not as because Mrs. C likes to put horrible things, but I do agree. Spaces where people are making fun of people's hard work, but that's what Mrs. C likes to do. I'm a nice person. I put Casa de Tapioca, obviously, that's number one. No. I was making fun with them. You can't tell me. I was making fun with them, not at them. A Weekend to Forget, which was actually hosted by Mrs. C. It was, I think, for some reason, people were giving a different vibe. Maybe because people are too used to my voice. And then with difficulty comes ease as well. Christmas movies in Nollywood, with difficulty comes ease was one of my favorite because I just really enjoyed that film, and it's not that common that we get. Excuse me. It's not that common that we get a film that we all center around and like. So that was nice. Christmas movies in Nollywood, I enjoyed because I thought it was one of those ones that was both fun, and I thought, if the right people picked up notes, I think it could make for fun. I said right people. Okay. I said right people. I said right people. And then the Netflix Nollywood strategy is one of those ones where insiders gave us expo of some of the things going on, and so I enjoyed that kind of space. So yeah, that was fun for me. All right, so let's come back. Vanessa, is there anything sparked in your head?
I mean, Casa de Benedion is a favorite for me this year. It was lighthearted, it was fun, we had a good time. I liked the versus space. I thought that was a fun space as well. We hadn't done anything like that before, and it was fun to see where everyone's initial votes were and then overall votes were for each film and how that panned out. So that was nice. I liked the Lionheart versus what was it? Living in Bondage. What else was a good space I really liked? Another fun space was I guess the hangouts. They were chaotic. What was all that? again, I used to make fun of us for having hangouts, but I will say the hangouts were chaotic. It was fun. It felt a bit, the lack of near structure was fine. It was a lot of fun. What was it again? Hot takes was a great one. Again, I had the best hot takes of the night. I don't care about accuracy and things coming true. My hot takes were great. I smashed it. I told you people that a certain person should probably retire, and I still stand on that. Um, yeah, those were my standouts.
Oh my
This is
God. I can't believe you did.
all right. Okay.
You know what? I'm just gonna say I have said some people should consider project management, but I've never outright said quit your job.
All right. Okay. All right. Atas, do you have any highlights as favorite spaces from the year? Atas, are you there? Okay, Elizabeth, do you have from your limited? Oh no, it's not doing it again, is it? Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. See, it's good as you said from your limited appearances because one, it was actually limited. Two, I liked oh God, everybody said you like Casa did something. So I can't repeat it again. So I feel like that was one for the books. Another one that I liked, let me see. I did not show up for a lot. Yeah, I liked the hangouts. Gosh, I was very happy for the hangouts because it seemed like that was the only time that somehow availability and I was very much interested in what was going on. I also I like the with difficulty comes is space. I think because I wasn't agitated, it didn't annoy me. I like Huber space. I thought it was fun. I like Water and Gary space, so you guys. I like Water and Gary space so much. Even though, even though if it was just to listen to everyone thank the film, I didn't mind it. I thought it had like really interesting perspective. Like people really came with whatever it is that they were thinking in the end, and I really liked it. I didn't necessarily enjoy it a lot, but this one's I think. Wait. I also like this when we discussed older films, like films that we didn't like that didn't premiere this year. I like the conversation around rom coms or what at least the attempt at rom coms, like debating and how the meeting is more like secondary romance, hardly like primary, and then even phone swap. I think I liked those ones in particular. But that's it for me.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Elizabeth. Atas, if you're back, tell us some of your favorite spaces of.
I'm back. Elon did not want me to unmute myself, so that was fair. Um uh, favorite spaces. Yeah, so I did really like what's the name of that movie? A Tribe Called Judah. I liked the space. That was fun. Um I don't think I have as many as Elizabeth, but I liked the Tribe Called Judah. Adira also was fun. It's shocking that that was this year. I swear to God, it feels like so long ago.
Wait,
Um,
are you saying your favorite movies or some of the
no, my
favorite
favorite
spaces?
spaces.
Okay.
Favorite
Okay.
space.
That's the
Um,
first one of the year.
yeah, and also one of the hangouts. It wasn't the last one. I think it was the one with about John Boyega. I think
Yeah.
those are my favorite spaces. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. All right. And Nollywood must change. Nollywood must change. Are you there?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to go through the list kind of things. I think I like Adire. Today we discussed Adire. Yeah, it was fun that day, and A Weekend to Forget. I think I like the date. I like that date too because it's kind of fun to talking about that movie. Yeah. Um, Anikulapo. Yes, we discussed Anikulapo. A Green Fever too. I think I like the discussion and Afamifuna too because the Afamifuna. I think before proud discussing that movie. I think when I watched the movie, I felt like, am I really sure of what I watched? Because when people were discussing, people that went to Africa, that saw it at Africa before then, the way they were talking about it, like it was the best thing. I mean, the best thing from ever, kind of thing. So when I watched it, I was like, something must be wrong somewhere, kind of. So I kind of like that. We kind of discussed it, and most people had the same opinion in a way. And then Casa de Novia, it was fun. It was like someone said, it was more fun than the movie itself. Yeah. And what else? Kilboro, yes. I kind of enjoyed discussing Kilboro. Even though I think most people liked the movie that they thought it was good, but I really didn't I didn't feel like it was good enough for me. Yeah. In a way. It was not bad, but it wasn't good enough for me the way people liked it. Um Formula Yorazam Kuti, yes. I think I'd enjoy, me liking the movie and people not liking the movie. I was like, okay. Oh. And then after that, discussing that with difficulty comes is I was kind of glad that we had a movie that everybody liked. Yeah, so it was one of my favorite space this year. I think after discussing with difficulty comes is mm, there was nothing else since then. I think that was the last one I enjoyed. Since then, I've not, except the last one we did, Netflix new Nollywood strategy kind of. It was good discussing that, too. So I think that's all for me.
All right. The Nollywood must change. Olana, some of your favorite spaces of the year. Do you remember?
Um, yeah, so some of my favorite spaces, I enjoyed the Oloturi space because it was just jokes, yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed that space a lot. It was very funny. There were a lot of quips. So that space, Casa de Katakata, obviously everybody has said it, and that was a very fun space. And I also liked the like all the I think I like the Onye space too. Once again, because it was funny because we were bringing up ridiculous parts of the movie and it made me laugh. Mori and Co as well. Yeah. Basically every space that made me laugh in the movie and introducing the Kujus. I don't even recall if introducing the Kujus was this year. Was it? I don't remember. But yeah, all these spaces that I just laughed through. Yeah, my favorite spaces basically.
Yes, the Kujis again. I think we discussed this year. Very interesting times, but all right, okay. So I think it's good to hear everybody's general likes, especially for the spaces. I guess is before we talk about like our, I think we'll probably we'll close with like sort of best and worst films, but want to talk about 2024 in general for Nollywood movies. I think one of the spaces we did was the Nolly fatigue thing, and I'm interested in hearing what people's thoughts are for the year Nollywood for Nollywood in the year 2024. Like, how's it doing your stomach? Do you need a break? Do you need rest? Because actually made me something that made me want to ask this question, I guess, is that because I've been feeling people's tiredness, but I was a little surprised that the average
for the NFC score is generally the same as last year. I think so. If I exclude all the classics, which I did for last time, I think last time was 47%, and this year it's 45%. I said the classics. Not everything is a classic. I'm not calling dinner a classic. All the throwback movies we saw essentially. So as I know, like everybody that the people who vote on the NFC score is general public. But I thought even the Nollywood fatigue was bigger than us, to be honest. But it seems like the general level of films we've been discussing, they don't seem that different from last year. Maybe that's also part of the problem. But I have to say, for me, when I was looking back, I think last year I was invited to vote for top 5 films last year by What Kept Me Up. And I think I voted for only 2 or 3. I can't remember. Because when I feel like I'm saying, oh, top 5, I'm saying you should be able to watch this film beginning to end, and it might have faults, but like it's doing something. There's something in there for you. And I couldn't do that for 5 films last year. But this year I could. This year I could feel. In fact, this year I was thinking maybe I could. Which one do I? For that 5th position, I was like, oh, I had 2 choices that I wanted to put. So I think there were definitely better. There were higher highs this year, and I'm interested in in terms of. But like for you guys, what do you guys think about this year in terms of Nollywood and what they've done for you in your lives?
I just have to say, what I want to say is this. Now, you started labeling Hangouts 1, 2, and 3 later in the year. But when I was looking at this list, our actual official or unofficial first Hangout was in March.
That was a catch up.
Why are we catching up in March?
That's a catch up.
Why are we catching up in March?
Do you know that catch up was after like 4
throwbacks? We did like 3. No, it was 3. We did 3 throwbacks, and then we did a catch up in March. I think that's my opinion of Nollywood in 2024. We did 3 throwbacks and then a catch up.
I think we're too tired. That was not a good sign.
Not a good sign.
Guys, I wanted to say something which I think is also could have contributed to it. Of course, like we noticed that this year there has been more geolocking of Nigerian films on Netflix. And also, if you noticed, unlike the previous years, that there will shall be some form of some kind of film dropping on Netflix, even if it is not like theatrical releases. There's always at least 1 or 2 obscure films or sketchy, shady films dropping on Netflix. This year, nothing apart from all those ones that I ended up not watching, like Jagun Jagun and Anikulako and Orisha, I think, which I didn't watch. A bunch of all these films were the ones that went to Netflix. So we've had like fewer and fewer films to really watch, and Blue Team Prime just basically became like a dumping ground also. So all the shady, sketchy films that used to go to Netflix seem to now find their way to Prime. I don't know. I think that is a major contributor.
Hasn't Prime always been a dumping ground? Is it me that's mixed up? Because I remember it being a dumping ground last year too.
It's true. I don't know. There's something that's I don't know. But it's weirdly I agree with both of you.
No, I'll tell you what it is. Prime didn't start out as a dumping ground. Well, I don't even know because
yeah, they never started out as a dump. Yeah, they had what's the name? They had this Esiri Brothers film.
They had Emo Fair, they had La Femme,
they had some
La
of
Femme
this
and Jola.
La Femme,
They were licensed.
They didn't start out as a dumping ground.
Exactly. They were licensing and collecting, they were commissioning good projects in it. And then
I think Prime was always the high highs and the low
yes, and then it
lows.
went to hell in a handbasket,
I,
basically.
but every kind of movie you can find on Prime,
Yeah,
honestly.
exactly. Prime
Yeah,
has
you
it
can
all.
find it now.
Netflix don't have the high highs
Of Prime.
of Prime. Prime have both the high good shit and dog shit.
Yeah, and I guess they just stopped giving us
Good shit.
Yeah, recently.
And they're like,
Which
you will
is
manage.
You can't give what doesn't, anyways. Let's move.
We ran out of good shit. And I too.
it was yeah, there was something. I agree with Elizabeth in general. That beginning period, there was started noticing the geolocking a little bit, and also things weren't dropping like they used to, and then Prime. It's funny because Prime was the first to do their move, right? And we're all like, hey, they finally did it. I do remember it. I do remember that from going to it. What's happening on Prime now does feel like a revert back to what it used to be before they started licensing films. If I don't know whether people know, it's possible you don't know because I didn't know for a while too. But because Prime is one of these platforms where literally anybody can put their film, I don't know what the deal is in terms of what deals you make with, oh, if I put my film here, I don't know whether you pay them, per how many views. Oh, sorry, you get paid per an amount of views or something. I don't know, but all manner of things were on Prime well before they started licensing the Emo Fairs and the Milkmaid and all of that. You could find movies that you would get on Iroko from 6 years prior on Prime. So it feels like we just reverted back to that, and I guess that's a little disappointing. And the fact that there's 4 or 5 almost sometimes in each week, it adds to the dumping ground like variable of this, where it just feels like garbage, where you just from mid after mid to poor. To be honest, most of them are poor. They're not mid. Most of them are just bad. So I think that's probably part of the fatigue thing. And to be honest, I think last year, I don't think last year was a good year. So being slightly better than last year, is probably not a great thing either. So that's probably the answer to my question of why, how come the numbers are showing that we're not doing worse than last year, but that was too low a bar to not scale, and the fact that we haven't scaled it by much is probably not good.
I mean,
Okay.
in that calculation, though, did we not watch significantly less movies this year than last year?
Sorry, you repeat the question. I didn't hear.
I said, did we not watch significantly less movies this year than last year?
We did. We did, which should
That be skewing it somewhat because I don't know.
it should make it better for us. No, like we shouldn't feel as bogged down by. We shouldn't feel it as heavily as we would have last year.
I mean, I came off last year extremely tired. So this year, I actually watched significantly less movies than I did last year from Nollywood. I actually watched a lot more of other things. So I feel like last year played a part, honestly.
Yeah. I'm very inclined to think it's carrying on all of the burdens of the previous year, because last year was especially, but we didn't know we were eating good in 2022. Well, 2022 is eating good compared to this last couple of years, to be honest. I think 2022 was that the year of was that the year of the that's when everything started. I think we had the S16 guys films, Juju Stories dropped. It was also a Emefe year as well. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, so that's I guess that's that. Usually we did this last year. Is there a big, if you wanted to fight with the NFC score, what's your biggest battle you would pick? Mine is definitely Alpha Mefuna
Fifi,
because
First of
Fifi,
all,
I
I
was
didn't know
going
he
to
would
say
think you
that.
are.
I'm
Who
sorry.
you
I'm
are?
sorry I stole that because that is the what did I say? How did I put it? What's this film from last year? What they call it? Buildings film.
Sister.
Sister, that's the sister of this year for me. Afamefuna is the I don't see what people are seeing in this film, to be honest. And again, it's just because of how everywhere the script was. I think that one by far the worst. Sorry, I took that one. I'm sure you people will find others. Um, Go on.
I thought A Tribe Called Judah should have scored a little higher. I was surprised it came below Kilborough, for instance. That was surprising for me.
Yeah, it's Kiboro. Yeah, Fubilai, what's Fubilai Ransom Kuti doing up there?
Yes.
What
Yeah,
is he
and
doing up
I'm
there?
going to agree with you. A Tribe Called Judah
He should
should have
have been
scored.
there. Who put it there? Who among you voted for that? What? No, really. When I saw
Nollywood Must Change was like 5 votes there,
Jenny, well,
just so
okay,
you
fair
know.
enough. When I saw Afame Funa and Fumlayo Ransom Kuti following each other in that score list, mother, God damn it. I said, I said, no. What is all of this? What is, and mind you, like, yes, maybe hands. I didn't hate Afame Funa first watch, but by the time I watched it like a second time in preparation for film club, I was like, hell, Chineke na.
The more we
And
discussed
then
it,
the
the
more we
worse it got.
discussed it, everything just started falling apart. But you see, Fumilayo Ransom
Where is it
Kuti,
called?
it didn't require a discussion or a first or second watch. Immediate, instant. This I was like, no, this is not it. And somehow, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti has a high score.
Please, where is the score
It's
list?
on Iroko, Mr.
It's
C,
on
pin this thing. You
Oracle.
didn't pin
Yeah,
it
pin
according
it
to
here.
score.
Like, add it to this
Pin it
conversation.
according to score. Because when I
Bringing
saw
all
Fumilayo
the
Ransom Kuti's
things
score, Money, what did you people watch? What did you people watch at that time that you are voting for such? Really? Love me.
I thought Afamefuna was scored adequately, honestly.
Oh,
Like,
guy.
See the
Oh,
problem. See the
guy.
problem.
You're
There's
among
error
them.
within
yeah,
us.
yeah.
Dorcas, you're
In your
among them.
I thought it belonged in the 70s. Maybe not 78, but like 72, 70. I don't know. I thought it was
No,
It
adequate.
was a firm 40-50 for me.
exactly. Quite made.
Not when you are
Quite
giving
made.
up on the 40-50. How can you say
No,
that? So you're telling
maybe not a
me
40, but a good 50 was quite made.
Green
So
Fever
it
and
was made.
Afamefuna should be on
Let's
the
be so
same
for real.
list.
Should I
Please.
bring out the performance of that Chooks Daniel boy? Or perhaps the anyhowness of our main character Famefuna just giving money to somebody, or because supposedly a child that was had in his marriage is not his own. Is his child. Last he came to the conclusion where is his child, and yet we're just dashing money out for a blackmailer. For what? Guilt?
There was no difference between that
Guys,
film and Onyegu for me. That's why it's in the firm 40s,
guys,
because Onyegu had similar problems that Afemefuna did. But Afemefuna had, let me see, what maybe better camera. Outside of that, it's just the motivations were all over the place. Again, this is one of those stories. The two stories are the kind of story that you see. I see the intention. You see the intention. You see the story. You see where they are going to. But unfortunately, they just never left the ground, or they thought they were telling a story and then they just veered left. Like, everything is wrong with how they portrayed their um protagonists, like both films. Like, I think for Oyegu, I even had like lower expectation. No offense to the producers or the filmmakers. Like when I saw the film, I wasn't like exactly expecting much from them. So when I saw the eventual product, I'm like, yeah, whatever. But with Afamifuna, again, this is a story that everyone has always touted. Like, okay, this kind of story needs to be told. But then everything, it just seemed like a potpourri of some sort. Like they wanted everything in there and did not exactly quite know how to accomplish it. And then we had the worst protagonist known to man, who is driven by nothing but this goodness that doesn't exist. You have a protagonist that is not multifaceted, it's just linear in thinking, action, in everything. Even the twist at the end that you thought that should be a twist, it can't be like twist that, oh, I unintentionally, like, it's even a worse. So why do we like this film? Is it in the writing? Is it in the acting? Is it in the loose ends, like loose threads here and there?
Mind you,
It's only a
Elizabeth,
good level.
the film deviated from the original plot of the story. What happened to Unwa
Oh,
boy?
same Oyegu too.
What happened to an Unwa
It
boy
was
story?
nonsense from beginning to end. Sorry. Afamefuna at least had a solid first half.
What?
That
Solid
I will give
debatable. How did
Afamefuna.
it solid?
It deviated
How
though.
did
I'm
it
not arguing
solid?
with
What
you.
about the Unwa boy story was told? I'm sorry. Was it what's his face sitting him down only once and telling him this one, that one, this one did happen? Or somehow he's magically such a good person, he does not steal from his guy. Like, sorry, Unwa boy story didn't Unwa boy you.
I like the
let's
first
go.
half. I thought the first half was actually quite cute. I like them young and kind of seeing them all interact with each other and kind of learning who they were in the beginning of the movie.
I feel like
But I, did it go sideways? Did stuff keep happening? Sure. I just thought the movie had a lot of heart. And because they had established that heart in the first half, it was easier to ignore everything else that happened. I liked that from enough. It was okay to watch. I only watched it once, to be fair. I think maybe like 1.5 times. But
I
I would not put it in the same category as Anya Good. That movie just
I
was
I feel like
ridiculous from beginning to end.
I feel like I have to just reiterate that throughout the duration of Afamifuna, this thing happened in a number of different eras, right? It happened from when this guy was a teenager to like 40 plus, I guess. And there was just nothing that showed the transition of time.
At all.
Everything just looked like
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think what this film has proven is that Otas is God's strongest soldier, because defending this film in this space, that's no small task, and yet she stood on business.
Otas is capable, man.
Yeah.
I have to
That
say
Nigga
this.
was shirtless, okay? So I don't feel like we need to look so much further.
Sorry, I have to say my own. My own is I don't understand why Hijack 93 scored higher than Water and Gary.
I don't understand how Water and Gary is last, to be honest. You guys,
Look, Water and Gary was barely a film, which is probably why it was barely a film.
True.
It was just
But
music
it
video
was,
with these guys.
but it was
swear
a
to
nice
God.
music video. It was a nice music
It was
video.
so beautiful.
It was pretty.
Everybody was so beautiful. Everybody was so moisturized. Like Tiwa Savage looking gorgeous.
And the light was good. The use of light was good. I mean,
I
yeah.
thought Beauty was gonna give this film at least over Hijack fucking 93, no?
Water Gary had better light,
I think
had
the
better
movie is actually about
composition.
Afamifuna.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yes, sure. No, not there wasn't much of a film happening
I
there.
think everyone
But
just felt duped. No,
Yeah.
no. At the time, I think everyone just felt duped. Everyone was like,
yeah.
you told us it was a film. Had it been you told us visual album, bye.
We just watch it, we'll not review it on Film
Even,
Club.
but again, wouldn't that be better than
move
it
on.
being below Hijack 93? You told us
It would
it's a film. We came and saw a visual album. People felt duped. People felt duped. That's it.
Is the people finish 93. I couldn't finish
At
Hijack
least I
93.
finished Hijack 93. I didn't finish Water and Gary, so that's all I have to say about
Ah,
I didn't even finish both.
yeah, Otas
I
is
don't
one
think
of
I
the people
finished
that
both.
voted in last.
Wow. Wow. I have to say that yeah, Watangari is the the one that got the most votes.
Please, why does the weekend to forget? Why is it so low like this? The weekend, why is it so low?
Nollywood
Oja
must
Um,
win.
piano, Oja piano. Ta na 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 na. That's
a
fine.
weekend, it doesn't a weekend to forget have one of the worst performances from an actor ever. So
It's
bad,
okay, it's okay, it's
so
okay, it's okay.
so bad,
It's okay.
so bad. He could not play a dead
It's
person.
okay, it's
He
okay.
couldn't play a dead
It's
person
okay.
convincingly.
Oh my
It is so
Oh, sorry.
low.
Let me tell
You
you
people
why a
should not
weekend to
slander
forget
my
is down
babe.
below. And
There
what's her
wasn't.
name?
I wasn't. I wasn't attacking you, chill.
No, it's
Is
not
what?
Uche. What's her name?
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
What's that other babe's name? Her lace wig. Her woven lace wig.
Next,
oh my god,
next,
Inidima.
next,
Oh my
Inidi
god. That
next.
Magdi.
week
That's
was
why
its
it's
own
at the bottom.
character. That week should have been on the
Oh yeah,
credits
I remember.
because it wanted to be recognized.
It was. It was. Even guys were like, "What's going on with the wig?" I think Uche and I were like, "Wait, what is this? Is this normal?"
Oh my god, and when guys can recognize really. Oh
I
my
don't think we should be talking like beautiful babes should get a pass for their
It's not
performance,
the
okay?
babes, it's the
They
wig.
brought the face.
the week
Okay,
does
okay, okay, okay,
not.
okay. Let's ignore it. Okay, they brought the face.
It's happening more.
But
Is it my face?
cameraman zoom into the lace. Kí la fẹ́ ṣe sí?
Costume designer refuse to let us ignore it. They will tie scarf and push it.
Cameraman
Back,
zoomed into
Out
the
of
lace. What
Gavin
should we
to
do?
the up there, kind of
The
too
problem
far
with
up.
that movie was I had too many people from BBN in it. I found that the sweet spot for BBN actors is one per movie. Once you start to have more than one, it's hard to
Oh
pull
my
it off.
god.
Even in that one per movie, the
like
number of
cameo,
lines exactly. Unless they have Dola
or Toby.
or Toby. If not, one
I
line,
balance it out.
one line,
So
two
when it's so
maximum. Split
many,
it out.
It's funny also when I listened back to bits of some of the space, and for a weekend to forget, I remember this was the beginning of people getting pissed at what's his name, what's Daniel Etimefio. Otas, you can hear Otas just audibly, just like this. What's his name? The one that his wife is pissing everybody off. So at this point, and which brings me
You
to
should not remind us of it. Oh my god!
to mystery.
Kitchen mystery.
People
Sorry.
wanted us to, because I was going to let that film go.
See, that film had been through a lot. And after all the film had gone through, we thought maybe we should help them, right? Netflix
But
say,
yes.
we'll release your film. Netflix now say, release day on the day, left at the altar. No film, nothing.
That was insane.
That was insane. It was giving fuckboy. And we thought we should not support them, because Netflix have done them dirty. Let's support them. They've put hard work and effort.
I didn't. I'm not part of these people.
Now, how was I to know that Toyosi was the brain behind
When are we
this film?
speaking about money?
Because nobody can tell me that this film is not Toyosi's brainchild. I am sure, I am convinced that she's the only person in this world I think everybody's trying to fuck Daniel. Sorry, pardon my this thing. Daniel. Because everybody, even the receptionist that has family problems and needs her job to survive is trying to fuck him for free. It's Toyosi.
All right. No, see, I will not allow any woman bashing as a good feminist.
Not bashing. Complaining.
Money women.
We don't allow bashing of other women in this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Somebody will stumble upon this space now and think that Mr. C now is a sensible person that usually It's a lie. It's a lie. Mind you, the mystery that was supposed to be about chemistry, release did not have any single iota of chemistry.
Do you know,
I'm
a strong feminist so much I married a woman, because obviously
Honestly, that's
how
no misogynist ever has married a woman.
And obviously my mother is a woman as well.
Exactly.
There we go. So that case closed. All right. So I not even must change it. Where's your hand up? Do you have a
Can you
beef with?
hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
When are we discussing smart money with messaging?
Never. Absolutely never.
Shares on YouTube. We're just finished talking about something that was supposed to drop on Netflix and went on YouTube. And you want affliction
you
to rise
guys.
a second time.
I hope you know that. I hope you know that. But from next year, like this is YouTube will be doing on this piece.
Next year. Next year we'll humble ourselves. But let's
You
raise shoulders
don't
more.
know the reality yet.
Let's
You people don't know the reality.
Let's raise shoulders more.
Let's pretend to have small dignity.
Pivoting to YouTube now.
Yeah.
Because
That's what we'll be doing. OMG. We'll be curating YouTube space. I'm so excited.
Oh my God. I beg, who is going to? We need to nominate a few people to be doing the pre-screening. Vanessa, you're one of them.
Otas, Vanessa, and Elizabeth.
We are going to delegate people to different particular channels. One person will have Money Obolu TV. One person will have Uduake Song TV.
God forbid. See, let me tell you something.
Your position.
You people will not make YouTube homework for me, because as it stands now, I do watch YouTube with Anywhere Belle Face. I don't like if you people give me specific things to look for. You have ruined YouTube watching for me as it stands. I don't want homework.
So should we just
Anywhere your Belle Face, don't let us know.
Should we turn this space into Anywhere where Belle space kind of discussion?
No.
Anywhere Belle Face, though.
No.
I just read. You people are not going to see Nollywood films again.
We are not what?
So you people outside Nigeria, you're not going to be seeing Nollywood films again.
Sequit TV. They say we should be paying per film. Sequit TV exists. Mr. C will pay for all of us.
Pay for all of us?
Mr. C will pay for
one half account. Is it like then I open circuit port, everybody will drop. Sorry. That's what you saying.
What do your color codes mean? Like, I know yellow is older films. What is the blue one for fisherman?
Don't pay attention too much to the color codes.
It's Prime and Netflix, isn't it?
But the red is Prime, blue is Netflix. But yeah, and the yellows are supposed to be throwbacks. But I think there's two missing from. One is missing from the throwback. I think Potato should have the yellow one, and the House of God should have a red as well.
How is House of God so high? Sorry.
Oh yeah.
They say
it had a fire. It had that fire arrow. I thought that fire.
Yeah.
Why is Mommy above?
You don't understand mysticism. The people that understand you about mysticism voted it high.
Fair. That's fair.
Please, why is Mommy above yellow fever?
Yellow fever.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, green fever. Okay, guys. See, I feel very bad for that one, because maybe I'm one of those people that must have voted Mommy because I actually did not complete Green Fever, and I don't know why.
I didn't complete Green
so
Fever
maybe
either,
it is my
and
fault.
I didn't show up to the space because I didn't complete it either.
Wow.
Didn't miss much. It's okay.
I think Green Fever. I'm not sure if I voted for Green Fever in my top 5 films of the year. But I thought Green Fever, my problem with Green Fever was a lot of the script. I thought in terms of what it was offering filmmaking wise, there was a lot to admire there. Mm-hmm. And then the ending is also insulting. Yeah. It's just incomplete. Just somebody that's not finished.
Yes.
So, I'm tired of building.
So the people who did not finish watching a Green Fever, it's almost the same thing as me that finished the film. The film just caught in the middle, to be honest. So basically the same thing.
Green Fever is the dumb one where that guy breaks into like a military man's house.
I think I'm tired of
but it's his like house help or something. They're trying to steal something from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that movie was stupid. Like, what do you mean?
Oh my
It was
God.
It
stupid.
Oh
It
my,
didn't
that's too
stand.
much.
the twist. Yes, the twist was the. To be honest, the reveal was silly, silly-ish,
I
but it's
don't
okay.
I like the intention. I like the cinematography. I like
Sounded,
the
what's her name? She's not
the
here
whole
today. It's okay. It's okay.
No, I'm with not even much change. I liked a lot of. I just like the mood it created. It created a good tone. It's like this. And sometimes when we're doing films, we're not. Somebody you can just feel like somebody just wrote words, okay, and then this thing. But this felt like there was good work in building out an environment, a tone. I can't remember what I thought of the score. Oh, I remember the score was a little annoying. Yes, I do remember. The score was a little annoying. It was. I remember there was parts of it that was repetitive and it didn't allow the film to grow. But I tapped it on the back for the intentions and some parts of the execution. A lot of part of the execution was what I thought was taking Nollywood forward. That's why I commend it. If
And I'm looking forward to the next thing from those guys, actually.
what?
So I'm looking forward to the next things
Yeah,
from those
yeah.
guys. Because
Those are kind of
they,
things that make me okay. I'll sit up. I said the same thing about some of the first features production people. Um, I have seen. I think we've seen and discussed three of their films now, and the films just feel a little different. It feels like it feels like it's another version of um of Nollywood, but they all feel similar and almost they are going for something that is film wise. Now, I think the last thing I said, and it was at ease that broke the camel's back for me, is that you're not going to get away with that for long for being fresh. You can only be fresh because that's doing a lot of heavy lifting for you. Kilborough, The Father's Love, At Ease. They all feel like they're made from a different cloth of Nollywood, like somewhere outside Lagos, right? And it's not just in that the locations; it's also in the filmmaking. However, if you keep on making the same script, if you keep having the same script issues, there's only so long we will forgive that for, and you just become like everybody else. So I think that's something for me. Whenever I'm thinking, I want to give something a tap on the back. It's like, what are you doing for the industry in general in terms of your footprint anyway? But yeah, and obviously people have different
oh my God.
But Casa
I
de
think this
Papel
was
was
the
also
mistake
cute in
of
that
the
way.
YouTube
If we're
series that just
giving
started.
movies
And they started
points
working.
for not looking like they were shot excessively in Lagos, Casa de Papel had an interesting backdrop.
oh, no,
Please, who is watching
it's not.
this YouTube series? I just
Wait, so before we go into that, I just want to respond to that. It's not easy to achieve that though. That's why not a lot of films can. Honestly, I saw watching. If not that I know Jade is the one who has written and directed Christmas in Lagos. I would have zero interest in watching that film. It just looks like just another Nollywood film, which is a little. It's a little weird for me because I've never felt that about her films or even her trailers. This is the first time I've seen
wait, we don't judge.
one. What?
Wait, we don't judge. You're already judging already.
No, yeah, uh, we have to like the trailer is supposed to be the something that gets you. The whole purpose of the trailer is to get you excited for the film. And we're going to discuss it next week when it drops on Friday. But I saw the
I think
trailer.
it's a multi.
I saw the trailer.
It has like kind of multi.
I saw the trailer and it just felt lacking, and the temperature of it also feels a little cold. It's a little blue. It doesn't feel right for what I feel Christmas is, both in terms of temperature and in terms of the vibe they're presenting. It's supposed to be, like it feels like it's supposed to be romantic, and that should be warmer. But
I don't know. The feel is off. I didn't see any cinematography or any shots that make me go, "Oh wow, this is going to be cool or interesting." The audio didn't give me anything that made me feel, "Oh, this is going to be interesting." So I don't know. That's not a good sign, to be honest.
Okay, can I talk now? Can I? Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
I want to comment on what you just said last. I think there a Christmas in Lagos, or what's the title? Kind of it's like it's something with multiple storylines. Kind of, do you understand? And that's the problem. You won't exactly in the trailer. You're not going to get something exact. Like you're not going to have something fixed that this is what it's about. Yeah, because we are seeing a lot of things happening at the same time. So you might not get anything. And I think they are trying to do the kind of crazy rich Asians kind of film. Kind of the moment I saw it, I was like, these people are trying to do crazy, the crazy rich Asians or whatever kind of thing. So fingers crossed. I think I don't know. I don't have. I'm not expecting bad or good. I'm just going to like watch people, and you guys have been saying, "Oh, everybody looks good." I'm like, okay. So I just think we should not judge right now. Like we should
No,
wait and see what they have.
sorry, no judging them, but me, I just want to quickly mention that you see that trailer part about it having multiple storylines. You can also still get the feel from the trailer because Love Actually had like multiple gazillion storylines, and it's one of my favorite trailers to go look up randomly when I'm bored on YouTube. I just pull up the trailer to just make myself feel good. But point in cases that I don't think Nollywood will really do know how to cut trailers. That's all. That's my conclusion.
Big problem. All right.
I kind of agree. To us not knowing how to cut trailers, we are bad at that. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So should we start winding down with our top three, bottom three of the year?
Please. Okay, before we were talking about Christmas in Lagos, I watched a YouTube series, the pilot episode of one YouTube series, and good. I do think Nollywood should kind of, do talk to professionals when they're trying to, do a character that is one kind of profession kind of thing. Because I was watching this series and, an everyday pregnant, a woman who is everyday pregnant comes into your clinic, she's in pain, and you're not even bothered whether she's in labor or not. And you just discharge her, you just touch her hand, and you are like, oh, she's just feeling the pain for something, and you send her back. I want Hollywood to do better because that's always pissing me off about the series. Like, what are you people doing? You should, try to like do research, whether or you consult people when you're doing the same thing they did in TMC. The first episode, when I wanted to watch that TMC series, the first episode, and I saw someone just walking into a clinic and was talking to the doctor about abortion, and the doctor just shouted, abortion. That's why I did that. No, this is no way. I'm not watching this series again. Please, you can do better. I think it was the same person too that did TMC that directed this one.
I was going to say perhaps you should look at the people that make it before you go in. But I'm glad that you yourself came to that conclusion. Okay? The people that make it, because if Bubi Ajakaye do involve, then I'm just saying.
Ah,
Did Bumi do Glamour Girls?
Quite right.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
Please,
that's
before
on,
we go,
that's on you.
guys, sorry, just a random, unrelated Nollywood commentary that I saw. I think it was Oris, can't remember who's on Twitter that tweeted it today. And I wanted to touch on it again randomly. It was a comment about how Dario Lighton's Iliowo understood that thematic, the sins of the father on the children, blah 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 thing. He did it better than living in bondage too. And honestly, I remembered when we did the space for living in bondage. I think that was like 2 years ago. and we all were talking about motivation or how to tie the first story to the second story. And I think that particular line, what he mentioned, is one thing that I thought. I mean, maybe we didn't clearly articulate it. I mean, now that he's comparing the two films together, I know that Leo Wotu was a shitty. No, sorry about that. Like, maybe not shitty, but wasn't exactly well executed. Let me put it that way. It wasn't exactly well executed. But the premise, when going for something dark and maybe horror, it's a good way to start, like a premise, like there's a theme of, your father has done something, it's going to fall on the children. It's a good premise to maybe set your horror film on. And maybe that was not maybe that's obviously something Living in Bondage 2 was lacking. I mean, it just felt like putting things in perspective again, like I said, random, but I wanted to touch upon it.
Okay. No. All right. We'll start doing a summary for 2024, and well, actually, before I guess we do a summary, just quickly, people's top 3 and bottom 3 of the year. I hope you guys have your films locked and loaded. Vanessa, do you have your films locked and loaded?
Top 3 films.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 films. With difficulty comes ease. I think Kill. God damn it, Kilboro and Kilboro, and I think oh shit. I think top 2. I don't know if I have a top 3 for 2024.
Tribe Called
If we're
Judah.
not talking, if we're not talking older films.
A Tribe Called Judah. Huh?
Oh well, you can't make me.
Sorry.
Bottom 3, bottom 3. I have my bottom 3. Um, oh God, Tokumbo. I'm very surprised it's not rated lower than it is. I'm not gonna shit on Water and Gary because that was just a glorified music video, so we're not gonna talk about that. Hijack 93, guys. Hijack 93 was a bottom 3, and I guess what is this film? What am I saying? This film, the series, Olo to Ready Johnny.
Wow. So essentially, you just picked out the Netflix originals.
Oh, so sorry, everybody.
This is why they are leaving.
Could this be why they are leaving?
Okay, thanks, Vanessa. All right. Atas, do you have your top 3 and your bottom 3?
Well, I don't know that I have 3 tops. But A Tribe Called Judah, fun movie. For me for now. I don't care what the rest of people have to say, thankfully. And hmm, I don't know that there's a number 3 unless I also choose an older movie. But I didn't really. Maybe with difficulty comes ease. I don't know. I found it a bit slow, but that. And then bottom 3, Luxury for sure. Um, eh, Chemistry for sure. Hijack 93, definitely. Yeah, I could go on with my bottoms, but those 3, I guess, were um.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Thanks, Atas. Elizabeth.
Okay, apropos of nothing, Otas kept saying tops and bottoms, and okay, my top 3. My top 3. Okay, okay. Um, I didn't watch caveat. I didn't watch a lot of films this year, and I feel like my last 3 or bottoms probably would not represent. Would not probably not give you a full picture, but I mean, I'm sorry about that. I just didn't watch a lot of films, and this year also I did not have a lot of expectations, so. Here goes. Adire will be my number 1. I like Adire a lot. I had problems with it, but I liked it because of the camaraderie. among the women. I've not seen that a lot in films, especially around like friendship and things, turning up and people offering support community, something that's often lacking or probably just don't know how to write in. So I really liked Adire. Okay, I don't want to talk about the old films like The Meeting and Full Stop. I've probably seen them like 100 times. Okay, exaggeration, but I've seen them a lot, so they don't quite match. I would say between a tie between Kilburu and If Father's Love for number two. And not just because they were made by the same people or that I saw the vision. It's just that whatever was lacking in one, I liked it in the other. Or so, I mean, just weigh the same on my scale for that. And then the last one would be With Difficulty Comes Is, which is one of the easiest to watch I've seen this year. Again, easiest to watch because I didn't really even have a problem with it. I think maybe towards the end, but it was so easy for me to watch, distract myself, and not just keep getting thrown out of the scenes. Okay, so for the last three, unfortunately, it would be House of God, number one. I did not like that film. It was just all over the place. Did not have good motive. Did not have good motivation. Nothing was written. Nothing was explained. Nothing was. It was not good. Second would be. Oh, I think I don't care much for a lot of those films, and I don't want to say Casa de Novia Walai because it has problems, but it was very silly. And I also don't want to say Water and Gary because I liked it visually. I thought visually was great. Story was horrible. So maybe it's actually these films that I'm mentioning. Then Fumilayo, Ransom Kuti was just really just there. Guys, I really did not watch films this year. But that's for my tops and my bottoms.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth, for your tops and your bottoms. By the way, you can put your tops and your bottoms in the comments, and we'll read them out. Dewumi has put our bottom as Hijacked 93. That's the only thing. Tell us your tops if you can. All right. Not even must change.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I think the best, like the film I enjoyed most this year is With Difficulty Comes Is. I think it was just the best film. Like I watched, I didn't like lose focus or like got interested. Kind of, it was beautiful to watch for me. Then followed by Fumilayo Rasom Kuti. Kind of. I think I enjoyed that movie. I don't know why you guys don't like the movie. Yeah, followed by Fumilayo Rasom Kuti. And then the third, I think I have a tie between A Green Fever and A Tribe Called Judah. I think I enjoyed A Tribe Called Judah for what being it is, like a comedy kind of. So I didn't take it deep. I was like, okay, let me just watch this for the laughs, kind of. And I kind of like A Green Fever for the intention and they tried to do more than an average movie, even though the story wasn't kind of there. But so I have a tie between A Green Fever and A Tribe Called Judah. So to the bottom three, let me start from the third, but from the third from the bad to the worst for me. Okay, I would think Anikulapo. Yeah, Anikulapo. And it was a no for me. Like, what the heck? What the heck is going on? So I think they should just not do anything else again. Then followed by a road to the journey. It was not needed. We didn't need it. Why did you have to go back and do that rubbish? And the worst for me was Tokumbo. I didn't say Hijack 93. It would have been Hijack 93. I couldn't finish it because immediately I was a few things I was like, no, I'm not ready to see this movie. I don't want to waste my time. It would have been the worst. But because I didn't see it and I saw Tokumbo from start to finish, and it was an horrible experience for me. So Tokumbo was the worst for me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Not even must change. Mrs. C, your top three and your bottom three.
Okay. Just reiterating, it has to be something we've discussed, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And all right, so my top three then would have to be With Difficulty Comes Ease, A Tribe Called Judah, and what's the other one? I have one more. It's gonna have to be Kilborough in number three then. My actual top of the year is what's it called? Wives on Strike 3. Shocking, surprise, surprise, but we haven't had a space on it. My bottom three, I wish I could have a bottom 10, to be honest, because we have seen some atrocious things this year. Shout out to our man Charles Okwaleke, always delivers. Hijack 93, bottom 3. What else? I'm going to have to put Tokumbo in there. Just group it with Muri and Co. Tokumbo and Muri and Co. 2-for-1 special on the I kidnapped your kid and now we're besties. Just setting the wrong expectations for kidnapped to children, to be honest. You are not going to become BFFs with your kidnapper, I promise you. And then what is my last one? What am I gonna put in there? Can I do a 2-for-1 special with Orisha and House of Ga? No, actually, Strained. Let me put Strained in there. It's barely registers as a film for me, but it was just one of the worst things my eyes and sense of self I've had to experience, to be honest. It was awful. I don't know what happened to you people on postcards. Shy people rated it pretty low. I did not watch it. I was on vacation.
Okay. Top three. For me, I'd have to go with Difficulty Comes Ease as my number one. The Tribe Called Judah as my number two. And I'm going to it's a soft 3 for Kilborough. I will say that, and I believe Mrs. C was alluding to this. Honorable mention would go to Wives on Strike 3, but it's not on the list, so it can't count. My bottom three for me, all right. First one, the bottom of the bottom for me is the Kujus again, because I think that has to be the worst drop in quality from part 1 to part 2 of all time. Legendary stuff. I think I'm on record with saying, the Kujus again is the closest great is an example of an ensemble story. Like, obviously Building's not always great with the production stuff, but how to handle so many stars in a particular place, that's the best example of that done for me. And to go from that to the Kujus again is oh man, yeah, it was quite something. And then I think I do have to put in Tokumbo in here because we have Ika being, jumping off a bridge, but we could not get clothes to fit, costumes to fit the actors. That was not okay. That should never have been okay. And obviously the film, it's not particularly great in itself. But in terms of the budget and the capability of that movie versus what it actually was, that's also quite a big gap for me. And then the last one is, I know it's not supposed to be high budget or anything, but CH3 Mystery, chemistry was this is what I thought YouTube movies were until I started actually watching YouTube. I thought that all YouTube movies were things like this, and that this movie almost entered Netflix is interesting on its own. But I think now I know that that's not even the level. That's not the bar for YouTube movies. That chemistry is well below. So that's I'd put that in there as well. Not the worst because again, budget and all of that, and also first time director, to be honest. But even for first time director, I don't think that's still not the bar. But those are my lows. And so yeah, that's 2024 for you, to be honest. It's 2024 for me has felt kind of like watching and for me, by the way, that last spot was between Chemistry and Orisha because Orisha was actually very, 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 very bad. I thought hard about that. Maybe on a different day I'd have given it to Orisha because I checked out of Orisha, I'm not as confident that it was as bad. But anyway, I think a lot of 2024 has felt like watching the same thing again, and that's a problem on its own. I remember asking everybody in 2023 what we're hopeful for in 2024.
Please stop having hope.
I think that's where we need to try to say that all of our hopes and dreams and expectations have not been met. So I guess for 2024, 2025, the question I'm going to ask people now is, I don't know why are you laughing over there?
I'm waiting for you to finish.
For 2025, the question I'm asking you guys is, should we close Nollywood Film Club, throw it in the dustbin? Yes, quit, throw this whole thing in the dustbin. We've tried, we celebrated 3 years this year. Just
and your ups with both years.
Maybe take 1 year break because
come back.
Not a sabbatical.
like
We take sabbatical.
go on leave.
You say we should take sabbatical.
Sabbatical, not for everybody again.
Rich. Like we should all just go and
Everybody will
rest.
disappear.
Maybe we should go and rest and wait for the next cycle of Nollywood
Because we don't know what's
resurgence.
going to happen next year. Netflix is not releasing any more movies. Prime is only releasing
So
movies,
have you?
honestly. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. You guys have a tough job, long road ahead of you next year. But who knows? Next
You
year
guys.
surprise us.
What do you mean by you guys, Otas?
What do you mean?
Mr. C and Mr. C.
Maybe
You guys join them.
Otas is speaking the
Otas
truth.
said, I'm not among.
But honestly, because
Try not to
I had
talk.
started this year. I started my year. This year, I chose myself and I chose my life. And I'm like, you know what, Nollywood,
Exactly.
you're
Like
going to have to
next
choose
year, me,
yourself
I can
too.
try not to show up, but Mr. C and Mr. C have to show up every week.
All right. I'm coming for you guys next year.
I just want to say, perhaps, just a suggestion. Perhaps people should go okay. Let's climb top of mountain and pray on behalf of Nollywood. If we do want to continue doing NFC and Boya is prayers and fasting that we need. Because last year we were hopeful, our hopes and dreams were shattered. Maybe we need to be more proactive. Abibeko.
You did not tell this thing, and Sheila have come and gone. You did not.
Next year, there are quite a few things to start with, I guess. Like the movies that are coming out in December, I guess we have something to start with.
They'll be geo-logged if they go to Netflix.
That is also true.
Who is attending crossover night?
Crossover night.
Crossover night is the next avenue.
People.
We're gonna pray, people. Maybe we need to start shooting films ourselves. Like you do a day in your life and then you put it on Twitter.
I'm Kukuma doing what I want to work on TikTok. If you people are interested.
I didn't have to review your TikTok.
Maybe we'll really start discussing what they post on Twitter. We'll be like, okay, Nollywood posts.
Oh,
God damn. Post I want to discuss. It's very
To be
Eh?
rich. Share we discussed is this year we discussed Nee's tweets about you remember that pitch he wanted to pitch with
Oh Jesus!
Jen-
Where if
Jen-
beautiful Igbo women are a prize to be won in battle.
yeah that
Thought he cooked.
come out next year. You never know.
Hey God.
Please God.
on anthill. Yeah, no shot. All right. Okay, but okay, I think well.
Actually, guys, we have. I actually can't even say this is with a straight face. I was going to say we have hope because there's films that are apparently dead in like production slash pre-production slash post-production that may be resurrected by an injection of cash. Case in point, the film that they wanted to drag my trousers for, I Finding Messiah. We have so many finding films that have apparently been lost.
Vanessa,
We actually
between
need to
God
find
and
said
man.
films.
Vanessa, between God and man, you believe they have shot that film?
No, but I
You believe they have shot that film?
Show me the short trailer.
You believe they have shot that film?
Didn't they shoot teasers?
The full film.
They have shot.
Didn't they release? I think you people should have. Didn't they release music?
Vanessa, between God and man, you know they have shot this.
They released a teaser. They
No,
teased
but there's
you.
films that are lost.
Yeah.
There's films that are lost.
That is
And mind you, both films have finding in their name. Oh. There's Finding Messiah. There's Finding Me.
Which one is
And both films are lost. So we need to find
Who
said
was
film.
finding you?
Okay.
finding funds.
Oh God! I swear, these people are finding Messiah when they need to be finding funds.
There was Finding Mercy, guys, on Iroko some years back, and it was nice.
Yes, there was.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Maybe
Paramount will invest.
Paramount are doing money laundering, so
they can launder for us.
But hey, but look, if Prime with all them, because Prime definitely do. I don't know what Prime is doing.
It's Prince of Power that is to launder money.
By the way, Paraventure Paramount Plus, you want to sponsor Nollywood Film Club? That was a joke.
We don't believe you are doing money laundering.
Or
you can launder through us.
Exactly. That's why I married this one. You see, she's thinking the second. What's in my head? All right. Okay. Thanks, everybody. We'll close next year with Christmas in Lagos.
We close next year. We close this year.
Sorry.
Ekene.
Who knows? Who knows whether we're closing next year? I've just laid a seed on the ground. Like we should think about sabbatical.
Hey.
So maybe we are closing next year next week. Mm-hmm. So you never know. But let's think about
begin 2025 with widow's courts.
I actually forgot. There are lots of things that I had on the board. I remember there was a Chimamanda project that I haven't tweeted it out properly.
I'm still properly.
Yeah, I'm still very much. It's just I'm still very much going to do that because whilst the film is still available, at least. So we'll do that, and I'm going to have to sit down and really think about how we're going to structure 2025, given these new challenges. But that's my problem.
Well, for that space, book lovers are going to be up.
Yeah. That's my problem. But thanks everybody. Thanks for your continual listening and speaking and joining and commenting.
Thanks for putting yourself through this, man.
Yes. In this together.
Anyway, stop continuing.
So next week we do Christmas in Lagos, and that'll be the last space of the year. I hope to see you there. Take care of yourselves. One more go.
One more.
And we enjoy Christmas break. Have a good one, and we'll see you next week.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the episode. If you enjoyed listening and would like to join live, just follow us on Twitter at Iroko Critic and join us every Sunday, 6 p.m. West African time on our spaces.